What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the all-new 2023 Toyota Highlander. This one is a limited all-wheel drive, finished in a really cool green color. Pretty neat. Let's take a look underneath the hood because we have a brand new engine. This one has a 4-cylinder, yep, a 4-cylinder in a family SUV. However, it is a 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with 265 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. It's also paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and we do of course get that all-wheel drive system. Let's check out the styling now. It has a really cool set of headlights. I love the LED design, blacked out housing with all that chrome trim. And then you're gonna see this really large grille with all the chrome accents, gloss black for all the mesh. You do get some LEDs for the fog lights, and then this area looks kind of cool. You can see that bumper protrudes outwards quite a bit. Have all your parking sensors, more openings for the grille. Pretty good looking SUV. I think it really does come together nicely. It's a pretty modern look. You get really sharp lines all throughout the hood. Really nice design overall. And then coming to the side, I like the polished aluminum wheels. And then you can see the plastic trim going all the way around the wheels. Nice sharp lines up top, and then a really sloping line cutting through the entire side profile all the way up above the wheels. We do get a set of body color door handles with a sharp line all through them, body color on the mirror caps with some plastic trim. Then you can see that chrome trim piece for the LED turn signal, which kind of mimics the actual line right here. So pretty neat to see all that come together. All black around the glass, got your roof rails as well as a sunroof up top. And pretty nice side profile, pretty proportional looking SUV. I think it has a nice athletic design to it. You can see the sharp lines all in back, making it kind of look a little bit more wide than you would expect. Then some nice contours throughout that spoiler. We get LEDs for the taillights that also stick out to give it that width. We can see parking sensors in back, more of that plastic trim, and a big piece of metallic gray in the center. You got all of your badges on it as well. Toyota logo, and then back here you can just press the button and automatically open up the power liftgate. We get a lot of storage space in here, so as you can see we have the seats nearly all flattened down, so pretty good design. And then from here you can just grab these and pull the seat up, and you can kind of get an idea of how much storage space you're going to get with the third row in the upwards position. So from here we can just press the button, automatically close that down. Then let's hop into the third row. So you can see the seat nice and flat going all the way into the storage area, but you can also grab this and get it just like the other seat, and then these are very easy from here. I will say this is a pretty cramped third row. So as you can see, the seat is only a couple inches off the floor. If we pull this headrest up and pull this seat back, with these seats here you have no leg room at all. I mean, this is insanely cramped, especially for a 5'11" person. Pulling this lever, we can recline them. It makes it a little bit more useful. However, this is awful sitting back here. Your legs are just straight up in the air. There's no leg room really. Certainly a super cramped back seat. Now if the second row isn't all the way back, so if I were to just pull this back maybe a little bit and lock it into that position, it gets a little bit better for your leg room, of course, if you recline this. So it could be doable. Like, this isn't the worst, but then now at this level, while I do have some space in the third row, I don't think this guy's gonna have too much space. You do get some cup holders in here and some air vents, so it's not that bad. And then you do have easy access to get out of here. So let's now climb into the second row. That third row is really just meant for kids. But if this is back to where it was, to where I actually had room, as you can see, I don't have any room for the second row. If I hop back in here, you know, I don't have really much knee room or leg room. So we'll just grab one of these levers, recline, or slide this back real quick. So it seems like you will have to kind of compromise second row versus third row of who gets to be comfortable. Second row is quite nice. You can recline this all the way. You have the manual sunshade, controls, more climate vents up in the ceiling, and then climate controls are down here. And then of course you get your armrest. So it can be a very comfortable vehicle for sure. You just kind of got to sacrifice a little bit, but not too bad in the second row. Let's move to the driver's seat now. So here you can see more of this black leather, all the wood trim, all of your controls. Highlander is written out, all of your power controls. Then you get a combination of the smooth as well as perforated leather. So pretty nice looking for the driver and passenger. If I hop in, you can just press the start button and fire it up. Pretty roomy looking for the first row. Nice leather on the steering wheel, all of your controls. You have cruise control on the right side, some Bluetooth and audio on the left. And I like the gauge cluster. It's a full digital screen and you can control it using this panel. I can just scroll left and right, see a few different things that are gonna come up, which is nice to see. Going into these settings, a few more things will come up. And then you have drive modes. You have street modes basically and off-road modes. If I toggle this one up and down, you can see your sport mode, normal, as well as eco, which is a cool depiction you can see. Then you can twist this one left and right, and you're gonna see all your off-road controls. Mud and sand, and then going into the rock and dirt. So I really like that aspect. You have heated steering wheel, power liftgate, some nice contours within the dashboard. Then you can even see we have extra storage all over here, wireless phone charging and more storage. The screen is pretty nice to use. It's not crazy user friendly. However, there's quite a lot of information. You do have to set it up though, of course, to see everything. But once you're in it, kind of simple to use, I would say. See audio, phone, your car information. You have climates that will come up, trip information as well. You can monitor the all-wheel drive, any alerts or things like that, and then all sorts of different settings. Backup camera will come up in reverse. It's a pretty good view, nicely HD with good guidelines. Wouldn't mind the screen being a little bit bigger since we do have a massive screen here. They could have utilized more of that, but not too bad overall. We have climate controls with heated and ventilated seats, and I like all these toggles. That's a pretty cool way to do it for all the fan speed, different zones. Of course, you're gonna get dual zone temperature, all of your air vents, and then of course you have USB ports down below and even more storage. You get 2 cup holders on the right side, auto hold, park and brake, then some off-road settings like snow mode, traction, as well as the downhill assist. When opening the center up, we get quite a lot of storage space in here with a sliding piece as well. So pretty nice the way you get a lot of space in this car. And then a pretty good sized glove box as well. Good look at the interior. I think it's nicely appointed for the first row passengers. Definitely a nice place to be. And then you get that full sunroof as well, all the controls, and even a sunglass holder. So let's now test out the new turbo engine. All right, so we are setting off now in the new turbo Toyota Highlander. I'm just in eco mode, kind of normal, letting the car feel itself out. So some normal basic things. You have a really good view out. You can even see some contours in the hood, and the dashboard is actually really short. Most crossovers like this, bigger SUVs, are gonna have a huge dashboard. So I kind of like how this dashboard seems a little bit shorter. You got a taller piece of glass for the windshield, so it's actually really easy to see out. Good visibility, decent visibility out the back. However, the second row headrests are kind of in the way of that window. But overall, not too bad for visibility. You are nice and high up, pretty good comfortable seating position and things like that. I do notice my arm keeps falling off the armrest. It kind of is right on the corner of it. So the armrest on the left isn't too comfortable. The right one's pretty good. So, decent comfort, I would say. Of course, you can get the seat in all sorts of different positions. If we go into sport mode, we'll leave it in automatic mode. Kind of feel out this turbo engine and 8-speed, but giving it some gas. Honestly, nice and peppy. It really doesn't have any issues getting up to speed. Seems like a pretty good power plant. We can put it into manual mode. Let's see if you kind of get any true manual shifting as we get onto the main road. So it'll downshift all the way, and then getting up to speed. Not bad. Seems to actually let you shift, which is a pretty good touch. So yeah, not too bad. Nice and peppy. Does what it needs to do. Of course, you have cruise control, all that good stuff to kind of just relax driving in this Highlander. But it's pretty comfortable and quiet. We're going 40-something miles an hour. We really don't hear any wind noise or road noise or anything like that. So it certainly is a nice place to be. This is a pretty normal car. a normal SUV for the family, and you can just drive it normal, really no loose ends. It does feel like a pretty solid and well put together vehicle. You know, when you close the doors, when you touch things, it feels pretty solid, pretty easy to use everything in the interior, and it just seems like just a nice, comfortable SUV to pilot. Steering is nice and light as well, and the suspension really does a good job absorbing bumps. So I feel like it really is, like I said, well put together to where it just is a comfortable crossover for the family. Now, as we're in eco mode now, getting up to some speed. Yeah, that turbo, it packs a good punch, and that's not even really flooring it or anything like that. And I think the 8-speed really delivers power well to where you're not gonna have any drawbacks in power. As we go over some train tracks right now, the suspension, you know, really takes those bumps nicely, and definitely a smooth car to drive.